gorgeously vintage atelier. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a special project. We are going to do the Wednesday dress, the iconic dress that Wednesday is wearing at her prom. My dear friend Audrey asked me one day to make her this dress. It was a huge challenge, but I did it. So to recreate the dress, I have used a base pattern. This pattern is the Vogue 9000, and I used that only as the base, and after that I added all the ruffles and the fun parts to the dress. And this pattern was the perfect pattern as a base because it was a simple shirt dress with raglan sleeve, short raglan sleeve, so I could have added only the ruffles on it, and the dress was exactly like in the series. So this is really a good pattern for the base of Wednesday's prom dress, and I wanted to recreate it as accurately possible, and I think I've managed that with so little time. We did this in one day and one evening, so basically 12 hours straight of sewing, and I was getting tired at the end, but we managed to push through, and it's so worth it because look at her, she's amazing. And the dress is made out of organza and embroidered tulle. And I will guide you through all the sewing process. I have filmed everything, and I will explain how I managed to recreate the dress. So without further ado, let's get ready to sew! Moving on to the Wednesday dress, we are creating it with this pattern. So this is going to be the base, and I'm just putting the paper tissue pattern on top of the mannequin to see how it will look. So far I think it's going to look great. You see here the sleeve, it's going to look marvelous, and we will add only ruffles around the neck, and it's going to be in a square, and it will be all roughly on the top of here. And we'll have the skirt. I'm going to attach it right now. I want to make sure that the pattern is right before I'm cutting all the fabric. I'm pretty sure that's the right pattern to use as a base for this amazing dress. Everyone is crazy about that dress, and I'm making it for my darling friend Audrey. She will look very pretty in that dress. I can't wait to show you how she will look in it. So as you can see, the skirt is the perfect length. It's going to be perfect as a base to add some ruffles throughout the whole length of the skirt. Now that we have tested all the pattern, I think we can start cutting the fabric and making like thousands of meters of ruffles. We're going to ruffle everything for hours and hours. So the plan is to add some ruffles to the pattern base, and what we will do is I'm planning to just do a simple square, so it will be just high on the bust right there, and I'm going to put some just as the shoulder drops, and it will exceed the sleeve right there. So it's going to be pretty simple, and the ruffles will stop at the bust point right here where the tip of the darts is ending, and everything here will be free, and after that we'll continue with flowing ruffles on the skirt. So about the fabric, we are going to use a really nice black organza fabric, and this one I got at Fabricville. It's real nice. It's sheer, just sheer enough. It has a really nice movement to it. And for the ruffles, we're going to alternate between the organza and the nice embroidered tulle that I got at the Fabricville also. And it's real nice, so it's going to add a lot of texture to the ruffle, and it will also makes them pop out of the dress because it's all black. Sometimes it's difficult for the eyes to see all the details, but with that I think it's going to look even more nicer. So yes, I'm going to cut a lot of ruffles in that, and in the organza as well. It's going to be the base of the dress also, so it's got the same look as Wednesday's dress. And yeah, so it's not a fabric that is easy to cut, so wish me luck, and let's hope for the best that everything will go smoothly with this project. I want to take a few minutes to show you how to work with delicate fabric like that, and it's important to know a few techniques when you want to cut your fabric. It's different to cut this kind of organza, silk, crêpe de chine or rayon challis because it moves a lot and it's not stable, so you will need to use a rotary cutter, a cutting mat, a lot of pins, and if you don't like to use pins you can use some pattern weights like that, and I like to use both. So I have pinned all my pattern piece everywhere, and I'm going to put some pattern weights before I cut, so this way I'm sure that the pattern is secure and the piece won't move at all. And I have my cutting mat underneath the piece, and I want to show you how I do it. This is a regular 45 millimeters diameter cutter, but you can have many different sizes, it doesn't matter, choose what you prefer. So what you need to do, it's very important to keep your hand steady and stable, and you take the rotary cutter and you put a nice pressure on it, so it will nicely cut and it won't leave small threads cutting into your fabric. So you need to have a steady hand and a nice pressure, and you just need to push and roll, and you follow your line like so, and you don't need to come back. If your blade is sharp enough, there's no need to come back. As you can see, the fabric is cut really neatly, and you don't have any thread that is still attached to the skirts. So I'm just putting pressure and I'm rolling and following the line. All cut, really neat, no struggle, and you didn't move your pattern piece, so everything has stayed in place, the fabric didn't shift, so it's really magical, and I recommend this technique for any fabric that's not stable. The base skirt is finally sewn, and we are now ready for the fun part, the ruffles. And I was testing how long I wanted to have the ruffles, because on the pictures and in the series it's not clear how long they are throughout the skirt. So I was thinking to do maybe some 9 inches or 10 inches long of a ruffle. So I'm testing on the skirt to see how it would look, and the plan is to do maybe 6 or 8 rows of ruffles all around the skirt. I'm hoping that it will look very flowy and fun like in the series. So yes, let's cut some ruffles. And what's fun with this fabric is just that you can just snip it and tear it apart, so we don't have a lot of cutting to do. We just need to tear it apart and it will be straight. You can follow the grain line and it will be very straight, so it's going to be easier for us. So I have marked my marks at 8 inches difference, and I will be able to just snip it right here and make sure to have a straight snip, and I can just tear it apart like so. And you still need to have a firm hand and make sure that you're going straight. And here we have the first strip, and we have all the rest of the fabric to do. So let's go! It's now time to hem all the ruffles with a rolled hem. I'm using my serger machine to do that, and as you can see, it's quite neat and tidy, so I'm pretty pleased with the results so far. It's really a nice technique to hem some delicate fabric like organza. So we have like 12 strips to do, and it's almost 20 meters of fabric to hem, so we have a lot to do. So I'm going to show you with the machine, and let's get ready to sew. The base layer is all sewn, and we are now ready to put all the ruffles in. I'm super pleased. It already looks super nice. I've only pinned it on the mannequin, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks. It looks exactly like Wednesday's dress, so that was the main goal, and it went up really smoothly. I didn't have any issue with the pattern, so I'm super happy, and I'm hoping that my friend will love it. We are now going to do the fun part and the biggest part of this project, attaching all the ruffles on the dress. And this is how much ruffles we have to attach to this dress, so we have a lot of work to do still. Let's get ready to sew all those ruffles. Yee! Oh my goodness, guys! I can't believe I made this. It's freaking amazing. Look at those ruffles! My God, I can't stop looking at it. Right now it's only pinned on the mannequin, but look at that. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. It looks so good, and so far it looks exactly like I pictured it, so I'm super happy. And the serger did a wonderful job on the rolled hem right there. It looks amazing. It looks very professional. I've put some seam binding around the arm edges, and I will add some buttons right here. And the collar, I didn't interface it, so it has a nice sheer to it. And I'm missing a frill here, and we will move on to the skirt, but I wanted to show you first because it's amazing. Now moving on to the skirt, I am attaching the first ruffle on the skirt, and I've decided to go 7 inches from the waist hem, so it won't give a lot of volume on the hips, and I want it to be very A-line, very flattering. So I'm going to put the first tulle layer at 7 inches from the waistline, and I will work my way through the bottom hem with adding several layers of tulle until the hem of the skirt, and it will look exactly as Wednesday's dress. So let's sew the first ruffle. Here it is, the skirt is all sewn. I love how it turned out. I love how the ruffles look all together, the mixed fabric really brings it on another. The mix of fabric really brings it on another dimension. I really love the texture tool mixed with the organza. I mean, it looks super neat. And I've decided to not put some ruffles at the hip because I wanted to give more of a smooth silhouette at the hips and have the bottom with all the volume. I have added a ruffled trim to hide the seam of the ruffles, and it gives a nice finish. This was kind of a stressful project because I deep dived in it and I wasn't sure what I was doing, and somehow it came out really nice all together, and I'm super happy. I love it. It will look so amazing with the top, and I can't wait to finish it and show you. On the top, I'm planning to add some lace trim to hide the ruffle seam as well. And it was really simple to attach the ruffles on the bodice. It's basically a square around the bodice front towards the shoulder and on the back. So it was pretty simple to do and to attach, and I have added some texture tool as well. Gives a lot of dimension. And now I have done the buttonholes and I'm ready to add the finishing touches, which is hand sew the lace trim and add some buttons and attach the bodice to the skirt with the zipper. So I need to pin the lace trim before I'm attaching the bodice to the skirt because it will be easier to hand sew while it's detached from the skirt. I'm going to finish to pin this, and after that I'm going to hand sew it. And I will show you all the process. Guys, it's the moment. We are now at the last step. It's now time to attach the big skirt with the bodice. I have pinned all the waistline all around the bodice and the skirts together, and I'm going to stitch it on the machine with a regular straight stitch. And yes, the only step left is to attach the zipper. So let's do that, and after that we can see the final reveal. Oh, I'm so excited. It's a lot of fabric, so it's important to take your time and manage through the ruffles and everything, and make sure that everything is attached together, everything is straight. So I'm going to really take my time with this. I have used a lot of pin. It's not an habit of mine. Usually I don't like to use pins, but for this I use them because the fabric is kind of slippery and there's a lot of weight on the skirt, so I wanted to make sure that all the layers are sewn together. My dearies, she's finally completed, she's finished, she's done. We have a complete dress. I still can't believe I managed to recreate Wednesday's prom dress. It was quite a project, to be honest. A lot of ruffles, a lot of fabric I ended up using 12 meters of fabric, which is insane. And I cannot be more pleased. Look how beautiful she looks. Oh my god. So much ruffle. I can't wait to see my friends in it. I'm really hoping she will like it and she will feel pretty. and she has her magnificent dress. Make a turn, Audrey, please. Turn. Woo! So I'm so happy with the result. It went super well, and look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? I'm super pleased she asked me to do this dress because Audrey is not used to dress up like this, so it was a huge compliment that she's giving me. She went out of her comfort zone, and look how happy and radiant she looked. I'm so happy I've done that for her, and this project was amazing from beginning to end. I'm so happy. It was a special project for my dear friend. So I'm super happy she's pleased with the result, she's pleased with the pictures and the video. We really had fun doing this project. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. I will be happy to answer them all. Please subscribe and like this video if you like vintage style sewing and crazy adventures. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Au revoir, my dearies! And yes, this pattern was the perfect pattern. C'est clair, je mets ça dans les bloopers. Je vais pas trop en montrer parce que... Attends, reste là, fais ta belle. And this pattern was the perfect pattern for the base because it was a simple...
Je fais trop niaiserie, ok, j'arrête.
In today's video, I'm going to talk about a spool. Comme un spool.
Ton homme, il t'écoute,